Hello, so I am Deleyna Quintero, and this is my project for my Greater Than Tech internship. I've had this internship for the past year, and yeah, I made a zine magazine type, so I'm going to be scrolling, flipping through it, yeah, and reading a few of the pages that I made. So yeah. So my project for the internship was having, so during my internship, one of my main responsibilities was organizing and setting up the company's inventory. So basically, at Greater the Tech, they have three storage units with tons and tons and tons of merchandise, things for pop-ups, snacks, prizes, robots. They have a lot of things. And so that inventory had to get sorted and arranged. These items had to be properly labeled and stored in the correct locations. And it had to be uploaded into a system, which makes it easier for people to check out items, see what we have, see what's missing, what's working, and what's not working, and also teaching the rest of the organization how to use the system. So this, I'm trying to make it smaller. The experience taught me the importance of organization, attention to detail, and time management. It also showed me how to keep an inventory well organized and how that helps the workplace operate more efficiently. So like I said, like, hey, do you have like which computers are not working? And then on this system that I did on Scanlily, it would like when you check out, it's like, oh, that computer is not working. This computer is working. Oh, do we have this? Do I have to buy this? They can check on the app. But in order to do that, I had to put little QR codes. I had to organize all the inventory and then QR code it and then be able to upload it into the app. So it really required organization and attention to detail. So as I've already talked about, but we're going to go a little bit more into detail. I'm going to talk about the system called Scanlily. So, during this internship, I work with Scanlily, which is a inventory management program that helps organize and keep track of items. So, one of my responsibilities included assigning each item to a specific location and adding QR codes that the items could easily be registered and tracked. So basically, if somebody wanted to log a computer out, they could scan the QR code and on the app be like checked out by Deleyna. Or I checked this out, but this computer no longer works. So that way everything has a record and can be tracked easily. I helped set up the inventory system in a way that made it easier for the employees to find and manage the items. I also created how-to videos that explained how to use Scanlily and its different features. So through this internship, I have been able to improve once again my organization, communication skills, and my technology skills, while also learning how to manage inventory systems and how they make, again, the workplace more efficient. So here is a picture of how um, the item looks like. So here are all the locations that we have. So right here. And then what the item name is, if they're in containers, what container and how does that container look like? Those are all images where you can find it and then all the items. So I guess I could add I would assign each item into a storage, and in that storage is obviously like big boxes, big containers. I would also upload what contain QR code the container and the items inside of it. And then I would also organize the items inside of it. So everything was tracked. Everything was taken pictures of. So yeah, this is how obviously it looks maybe a little bit confusing. So I also made how-to videos. I made three, I believe, on how to search, how to add, how to update, and how to check out any inventory. And those were uploaded into the organization's Google Drive so they could be accessed. Because I really learned that yes, you can do this organization, but it's not going to matter if none of the employees know how to use it. So that was a big thing too. Yeah. Another thing I did during my internship program, which is probably one of my favorite things, is I participated in Biggie. So Biggie is it's a summer program, and they outsource Greater Than Tech to run their STEM week. And so I was able to help with different activities such as coding, robotics, classroom support. So I helped and organize all the robots. I made sure they were working properly and ready for all the activities that we were having the kids do. I assisted in classrooms by helping students and teachers with their projects and just helping if the kids got frustrated because there was a lot of kids and very little staff. I this experience really helped me improve my coding and troubleshooting, helped me the importance of having a good team. Even though our GTT team was very small, we were extremely efficient, we were communicative, we were uplifting. So I really saw like the beauty of teamwork when it's done correctly. And again, I worked on my communication skills. I had my phone glued to myself, sending text messages back and forth. We need this. This is not working. I'm going to be here at this time. This person is missing. Can we do this? So communication skills. And so, yeah, I love working with kids. So I really enjoyed this week. And that moves on to the takeaway. This is the group that I worked with the majority of the week, and I kind of was really passionate on helping them, making them succeed, and hoping the robot move because they had such like a hard week and the robot was going through so many glitches and I was like troubleshooting the whole week for them and they like did not give up. So my biggest takeaway from this experience was realizing how much I love working with kids. I really enjoyed teaching, engaging with the students and helping them learn new things. I also discovered that I enjoy taking on leadership roles, staying organized, and helping things run smoothly. So being able to connect with the students and see their excitement while we were learning, while their robot would move, was extremely rewarding. So this was one of my biggest joys interning with GTT. So yeah, I this is something I would love to do in the future. It was like extremely rewarding. So yes. Another lesson I learned was the value of having team meetings and taking time to reflect. So at the end of every day of the Biggie program, we would all meet in a conference room and we would do like a rosebud thorn and we would talk about what went well, what didn't go well, what we like, who helped us the most, what should we implement for the next week. Actually, one of my ideas in these meetings was we needed a reward system because the kids are really rambunctious and they were not paying attention. And I was like, I had seen one of the kids tell the other kid, if you listen for the next hour, I will give you my juice box. And the kid did. And so I was like, maybe we need to implement some sort of reward system. And so the next day we did, and we did treasure boxes. So if they got like 5 tally marks for doing a good job, they were able to pick a prize from the treasure box at the end of the day. And that really helped really well. So I really liked having like a team meeting and knowing that the day before one of the thorns of the day was that the kids weren't really paying attention. The next day going into it thinking about that thorn and then being able to talk about it and implement this idea. So I learned how important team meetings are. Um, I also learned that reflection, again, is just as important because it allows us to like recognize our progress and think how we can do better forward. And I also really like the GTT slogan, which is GTT greater every day. To me, it means always working toward becoming a better you than the day before. So maybe one day I wasn't I lacked in maybe communication skills or I lacked in maybe patience. I don't know. It was my goal to like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do this a little bit better. And I like that. Um, so yeah, this was the Biggie program was really, really fun. Here are some pictures from the Biggie program. Sure. Those were the kids getting frustrated and then working on their robots and then presenting. So that was really, really fun. And then the out thing is I got hired. So also throughout this internship, I've been doing booths and helping with outreach programs. And I really like talking to the parents and telling my experience about working with nonprofit programs, just because, they provided a lot of pretty experiences for me during my high school and middle school years. So I do like doing outreach. I just did a skate party and I was like skating and then like talking to the parents and it was really, really fun. So yeah, actually GGT offered me a job. So I got hired and I'm extremely excited to continue working for them. It's such a positive environment. So yeah, this is my magazine that I made on my Greater Than Tech internship program. So I hope you liked it, Antoinette. Okay, bye bye.